I have, over the last couple of years, seen a myriad of women shoveling snow, putting air in their tires, outside in the parking lot of Home Depot or Lowe's, loading 2x4s and building materials in their cars and SUVs. And I'm like, where are the men? What's up, Fortress Dwellers? It's Manny Brandon with Manny's Fitness Fortress, the citadel of power. What's up, guys? I want to talk to you guys about why a man's strength is needed. And ladies, don't let the feminist movement destroy your femininity. You got that? All right, why a man's strength is needed. And ladies, don't let the feminist movement destroy your femininity. All that coming up right now. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Manny Brandon with Manny's Fitness Fortress on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I want to thank you guys for all following me. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, everything. Before we get started, I want to say that this is not a female bashing video. For all you beautiful ladies that do bask in your femininity, I applaud you, and you absolutely realize the value of being in that arena, because you actually get more attributes. You actually receive more benefits actually than what it's thought of. A lot of feminine that are part of the feminist movement, they think they're giving up something by wanting to nurture the home, by wanting to have a husband, by wanting to have a boyfriend and cater to the man. And in essence, you're not giving up anything, because the more feminine or soft you are to a man, the more a man does for you without even being asked. That's facts. But we're gonna get into it. I know you guys, I have, over the last couple of years, seen a myriad of women shoveling snow, putting air in their tires, outside in the parking lot of Home Depot or Lowe's, loading 2x4s and building materials in their cars and SUVs. And I'm like, where are the men? Where are these ladies' men? Now, before you get started, before you have a baby, I know there's a certain amount of women whose men work the corporate 9-to-5 jobs and they're not there, and those ladies decide to go to the store or out and about at that time. But a large majority, meaning over 60, 70% of these ladies don't have men because they've either ran them off, put themselves in a position where they can't attract quality men, or they have something about their personality or their body that's a detriment to a man approaching them, whether it's obesity, a really mean face, making them look unapproachable, whatever it is. All right. Now, there's a lot of women who are very capable, very high quality, a high number of women going to college, have a high level of mental aptitude, and that's good, which is a lot of women that have become a part of this feminine movement. The political arena has woven itself into the media absorption of a lot of women who watch certain things, and they've gotten fooled into thinking that you can't be a soft, feminine, unthreatening woman and still be successful and have, the ultimate quality life. That you have to go after a lot of things that men typically do. We want equal sports. We want to play the same sports men playing. We want to, have the same pay as men. We want to be able to be lead head speakers and CEOs as like men do. There's certain things that distinguish the difference between men and women. One of them is physical strength. And just on that category alone, I'm gonna dive into this. women are genetically the weaker sex. I mean, down to the cells, guys, down to the bone marrow, down to the bone density, down to the muscle tissue. That's the way God made us genetically. We know that they're trying to change things like that, you know, in the days and the lives that we live and the world we live in. But genetically, men are superior strength-wise, agility-wise, and speed-wise. Now you have the transgender movement going on where you got certain men transforming and trying to, compete in women's sports, and that's not fair. That's a totally unfair advantage. So you got to respect Donald Trump when he addresses that. That's only one segment. Then there's a thing where, women want to be equal. Women that are part of the feminist movement want to be equal with men, and as far as salary, job opportunities. But most of the jobs from decades past that really pay high numbers are ones that men did for decades that actually built the infrastructure that we live in, the oil rigs, the construction, all that type of stuff, electrical, engineering. And I don't mean engineering as far as paperwork or digitized processes on a computer. I'm talking about out in the field, thousands of feet above the earth. Women don't want to do those jobs, but a lot of them argue that they can do those jobs, or they should get paid a certain salary equal to men. Well, if you go back to biblical days, God made man first, and he made man to be superior. He made the woman to be man's helpmeet, your assistants. He did not make you to be equal. Women are not supposed to teach in the pulpit. They're really not supposed to be leading as CEOs over men or the workers that are males. This is biblical. This is not me. I know this is not the corporate world today, but if you go back to the biblical teachings, where God set everything up, the Quran doesn't matter. Women are not supposed to be CEOs or in major leadership positions. And I think God is smarter than all of us. If you look at things on a lower level, just like a woman supervisor or a line leader or anything, manager, that are over a group of men, let's say that they have the same mental aptitude, but it just so happens they promoted a woman. Women genetically are women. God made them a certain way. They're way more emotional than men. And a lot of times, women make, matter of fact, most of the times, women make decisions that are emotional, and they make them out of anger. They get mad, or just like the way they act towards a boyfriend, emotional, crying, make rash decisions, like go out there and scrape his car up, break his glass, cut his sofa up, call the other girls that are friends of his and say, just unscrupulous things to get back at them. They react emotionally. It's sad to say that a lot of women react that way no matter what the arena is, whether it's a professional setting like work, whether it's a home setting, whether it's a gym, whether it's a supermarket where it's utterly embarrassed a man. Whereas if two men get in an argument, now I'm talking about two men that stop just shy of getting to a physical altercation, like fighting. Two men that, let's say, have been friends for years or been working together for years, they get in an argument, they scream, they shout, they curse, whatever. But guess what? Men, they squash that. Men are not vindictive like that. They don't go around doing stuff like that because we act more with logical reasoning. Even after our anger dies down, we don't act on our anger in an emotional way that totally, destroys the other person's reputation, body or life. And that's the difference. That's why God intended men to be the leaders. And that's all I'm saying, guys. There's a lot of great, amazing, intelligent, capable women, but you have to allow men to lead because that's the way God set it up. It's very unique. There's a lot of strides being made by women in the gym, and just like physical prowess and things like that. And that's great to see a lot of women become very motivated and competent and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very assertive. there's a certain point where assertiveness has to stop as a woman, and you have to remain in your femininity. A lot of women at the gyms, I'm not talking about the ones that, they're a bodybuilder or a fitness figure. A lot of them get so motivated. A lot of them are on this I don't need a man trip that they bring that gym energy home to their sons or daughters. A lot of them don't have men, and that's not the proper way to raise a child, without a man if you can help it. If he's passed or you parted ways a long time ago, it's different. But if you just are on this feminist, I can do anything I can and want without a man, I don't need a man, that's totally unnatural and opposite the way God wanted us to live our lives. You bring that gym energy home as a woman, you got good muscle tone, you look great, your body's amazing, but your mentality has been augmented to a certain degree that you're manifesting that musculature. The musculature body, is being met or equal with a dominant and combative mindset that actually pushes men away. So there's nothing wrong with remaining in your femininity. You can do a lot of things, but no one wants to go work on an oil rig with every chance of falling, 1,000, 1,500 feet, to her death. Or really, a lot of engineering positions, radioactive elements, nuclear power, like just certain jobs that are attributed to the maintaining of the America and the world's infrastructure. So there's nothing wrong with remaining in your femininity, and there's actually a lot of women that are responding to these feminists and saying, I wish I could stay home. I do not want to work. I don't wish that on anybody. I don't want that if I could avoid that. I would love to stay home and nurture my kid and make a home for my man and let him rest in his peace when he comes back home from being attacked by the world and his evil boss. Fighting the world, coming home to rest after bringing a paycheck to provide for us. I want my man to lead, to protect, to provide, to have provision over us. And women take this the wrong way. Like, leading is not a bad word. Being submissive is basking in your femininity, and that actually gives you power, because when you're submissive to your man, he does everything and anything, more things than what you mentally are begging him to do without even asking. Women, submissiveness it's become a dirty, it's not a 4-letter word, but it's become a 4-letter word in the eyes of women, especially ethnic women, because they think you're giving up power. No, you have ultimate power when you become submissive. The thing is, femininity will make a man level the earth to give you anything you want. Combativeness, loud, over-talking, disrespectful, elevated, screaming and arguing in public, that's masculine. That's very masculine. And that deters men from wanting to approach you. It deters men from wanting to spend time with you, from even wanting to get to know you. So the strength of a man is needed for provision, for protection, safety. That's what we provide. And mental focus, mental aptitude, and decision making good decisions for his woman and his family. So men are needed, not just to change a tire, not just to install a new water heater or mow the lawn. We're needed for much more than that. The strength of a man is needed, physical strength and mental strength. You have to be devoid of emotion, and you got to eliminate emotion, reacting emotionally when important decisions have to be made. So, having said that, the feminist movement came about in the 70s, a little bit before that, where they just said, look, the government came and said, we'll give you money, but you got to kick that man out of the house. And contrary to what a lot of people believe, some people at my job, I argue with this, but you can read it, you can research this. There were able-bodied, capable men that were providing for their families fine. And the government came in and said, we'll give you even more if you kick that man out of the house. You can't have him in the house. And this was the start of the mentally empowering movement that women don't need a man. And There are people that argue, well, a lot of those men were bums, they wasn't doing nothing, wasn't providing for the family, and that is a blatant lie. I've done the research. There were inspectors from the government coming by and making unannounced visits to those homes to make sure the man had got out, and those men, those husbands, were hiding in their cars, sleeping around a corner until the inspectors left. And a lot of our ladies fell for the trick. They fell for the okie doke, hook, line, and sinker. And that's what started the feminist movement, and that's what started this divide in the family. You know, you attack the woman, they can't go after the man. The man's too mentally strong and devoid of irrational emotion. You go after a woman, and I don't mean this by any disrespect, but there's some women, there's people walking around with covert masks in the summertime. Millions of women still. When a lot of men have already, debunked that and learned the real deal about that nonsense. With everything, not just that, but everything. There's a lot of people that just are susceptible, women, to all kinds of information, and men are needed for provision, for protection, leadership, not just for lifting heavy shit. We're needed. The strength of a man is needed for these reasons, and your femininity is needed to remain. You need to remain in your femininity because that makes the man stronger. Anything else coming out of that makes you combative and very masculine as a woman, and it's a deterrent, and that tears the family fabric apart. This is just on my heart, guys. I love all you beautiful ladies. All I'm saying is just bask in your power. Your femininity is your power, and that will make a man even more powerful. But hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and guys, let me know what you want to see me talk about next, and definitely tap in for our fitness, nutrition, and wellness videos. See you guys next time. Booyah! Are you ready?